I'll go on Laurie Hernandez's way, and with a good reason. You know, we can talk about the Olympic gold medals. We can talk about Dancing with the Stars winning it. The tour just ended last night, and oddly enough, a new book from Laurie.
Yay!
And I was saying, for just 16, this is exciting, though. It's tangible. You can hold it in your hand.
It is. I get to put all my memories down on paper.
Your whole life story at just 16? And one thing that I thought was so interesting and kind of ties the two things together, you said after your first dance on Dancing with the Stars, you're standing there and you were concerned that Tom Bergeron could hear your heart beating. And Julianne Hough is talking to you about your hips and is giving you sort of the opposite advice they give you with gymnastics.
Yes. So, I mean, for a gymnast, the whole point, you're focusing on your flips and your tricks. You're not focused on the dancing, whereas when you're on the ballroom floor, all you're focusing on is dancing. Those are your flips. And so having to be told that I need to move my hips more, it was really awkward at first.
Well, because you're obviously so schooled and so successful as a gymnast, is it like, I don't know, is it a conversation you're having with your body, or what do you do?
It's more like just, I guess you're kind of standing in front of the mirror and you're like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. But after time, I mean, you don't think about it too much.
And then, I don't know if the competitions can be compared, because obviously the Olympic competition is at an entirely different level than Dancing with the Stars.
I mean, it's more that they're just two different sports. Gymnastics is, you do the same thing over and over again until you perfect it under pressure, whereas Dancing with the Stars, every single week it's a different dance, a different style of dance, and you get critique from the judges that you can't use for the next week because you're doing a different dance.
It's what just happened.
And you know what, Laurie, you mentioned pressure. That you guys are so good Olympic athletes at handling that. How do you handle it?
I guess it's more being in that like team camaraderie. It's good to be with the girls and they're always like, okay, just do what you do in practice. Don't stress, don't change anything. And having that gentle reminder really calms you down.
The chapters in the book have emojis in front of many chapters. You have been referenced as the human emoji. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think people really notice that any emotion I'm feeling really shows up on my face, and they caught on to that. So I guess I think it suits me.
Yeah, you've had battles with injuries. How old were you when that all happened?
I was 14 when I had like my biggest chunk of injuries. So in January of 2014, I had fractured my wrist, and then in June of 2014, I dislocated my knee and I had to get surgery. So that was kind of a rough year. It was like the whole meet season was out for that year.
And a lot of people at 14 would be like, well, you know what? Okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to move on to something else. What enabled you to stick with it?
Well, I really had the support of my family to just say, you know, we believe in you. Whatever you want to do, we support you. But just know, if you want to keep going, like, we're there for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And as time went on, I realized, like, I was really missing it. And I wanted to come back. And I came back stronger. So.
I'll say, one really interesting aspect to the book, I think it's a really interesting idea. There's several blank pages towards the end. And you do that deliberately. And what are those blank pages for?
So basically, those are like possibilities pages that I left for the reader to jot down any goals that they have or anything that they would like to write in the book. And it's really, you know, it's their book.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because somebody told you to do a similar thing, right?
Yes. I mean, I've been told by multiple people that I should keep like a little journal of where I've been or what I'm doing. And I noticed that when I look back, I giggle because I write down the silliest stuff. But being able to look at the different cities and different states and countries that I've been to, it's really nice.
Heading home to New Jersey in a couple of days, and then you were saying you're going to be glad to be back home, but then what'll happen?
Then I noticed that probably after like a couple hours, I'm going to miss everybody.
Oh, just out on the road and all the things you've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, the Dancing with the Stars tour had just finished yesterday, and so, you know, being home is going to be so nice, but after a couple hours, it's going to be like, wait, where is everybody?
You have a chance to meet, and then watch this tie-in to Laurie and then the guest we're about to have. You can meet Laurie, get a signed version of her book tonight. She's at Barnes & Noble at the Grove. Where else? Starts at 7 o'clock. The book, I Got This, To Gold and Beyond. Meet her at the Grove tonight. Who choreographed the tour of Dancing with the Stars?
Mandy Moore.
What movie did Mandy Moore choreograph?
La La Land.
Okay, who's going to play now? The gentleman, the Oscar-nominated Justin Hurwitz, with a little sample of what you're going to get a little later on this morning. Oh, is it not now? No.
Oh.
Well, it's a great lead-in, though.
They told me it was now.
Really good,
you did a great job.
Okay.
Justin, stand by. All right, my mistake. Hang on, watch this. They'll now do the same thing. Proceed.
But Laurie, great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.